Hi everyone, today we are going to make this in Blender and then import it to Unreal Engine and then to set up the animation. So let's get started. First thing, as usual, we set up the unit in Blender to 0.01 and then increase the clip end to 100 meter. Delete the default cube. It just looks so weird. Okay. Delete the default lamp and the camera since we don't need it. Next, let's go to the right view. Create a meta ball. Create another one. Kind of like this shape. We go to the front view, add 2 eyes. Then select 2 eyes, move to the front. Maybe we move to the center a little bit. Here. I guess it's okay. It's okay. Now select everything. Select everything and we object, apply visual geometry to mesh. This is okay. It's okay. Now we go to texture painting. We are going to just give it a simple texture. 1024 is okay. Great. Add a default material. Caterpillar matte. It's fine. Apply the texture to it. Texture paint. We don't have UV yet. First thing, we have to apply the scale, rotation scale, and then hit edit U, smart UV, give it a little bit of island. Good. Let's go to texture paint. Looks good. Right. Let's see. We can paint now. Change to fill. Let's change to green. I have a little bit of dark. Okay. We have to change back to draw. Give it a paint the eyes. I think I accidentally changed to the draw. I will Control Z, reverse it, make sure it's draw. Great. Okay. Change back to white. Okay, now let's add a little bit of dark color. At the bottom to give it a little bit of a shading look. Oh, still a little bit of a bright. Great. This area, eye area. I think it's just strength is just too much. Okay. Okay. And I draw the bottom to the darker color. I think I'm gonna have to add the mouth first, right? Okay, now let's draw the inside of the mouth. This is okay, I guess. Great, this is okay. Maybe I can add some of the teeth here. Strength to 1. Great, just like that. I think this area is a little bit of too. It's okay. Just leave it like this. Okay. Now let's add some stripes. Now I think this modeling and texturing is done. Save the image again. Make sure to select this one and save it. I'll just leave it like this. It looks funny though. Although what we're gonna do next is we're gonna make sure rotation and scale is applied. Good. And then I think go to right, and then we add the bone. So that it's a little bit small, you can always go here and scale it up. Maybe it's just too much. I'm gonna put the first one here and then extrude. This one is the head and the neck. This will be the body. Kind of give it a little bit of shape, curve a little here. Alright, so make sure it's in the center. Looks good. Now we select the bone. Go to viewport display. Turn on axis and in front so that we can see it in this mode, even with texture. Okay, select your model. I'm going to change the name to the caterpillar. And then shift select your bone. Control P with automatic weight. I think the default automatically works fine. Let's check it out. It's okay. I think it's fine. One more thing I want to add is the IK, so that when we're creating some animations with the body, it's easier. Select the last bone, go to edit mode, hit extrude, Y axis, select this bone, click Alt P, clear parent, and move it to the back a little bit. We're gonna call this target, and select this bone, the last bone that we want to control. We have to go to pose mode, make sure this bone is selected, go to bone constraint, add a inverse kinematic. Target, we're going to select this armature, and bone, we're going to select this target. That kind of looks funny. We're going to increase the chain length. Oh, it's hard to see. Let's see, 1, 2, as this goes, basically means how many bones you want to control. 4, I think 5 is okay. Let's test it. Yeah, 5 is okay. I think 5 is okay. Kind of like this. It's okay. I'm gonna save it again. We're gonna save as, and we're gonna save as caterpillar. Now this, you can ignore this one. We will talk about that one later. Now let's check if everything's okay. Great. Now that's why I added a little bit of a curve, face the bone downwards a little bit, so that this IK would know which way you want to bend. Otherwise, it's just, the tail is gonna go up. It's gonna look weird. I think it's okay. Let's just save it and go to object mode. Oh, we're gonna save this to a new file. I'm going to save to a new file. We're going to add a idle animation into a new file. Save as. Okay, let's get started. First, let's select this armature. Go to pose mode. Select every bone. Add a location rotation keyframe. You know what? We can go to animation to see it better. All right, and then we go to frame 120. You know what? I'm gonna have to change this to 122, and then we'll add another location rotation keyframe. Then we go to 40. Since this is a idle animation, we just want this caterpillar to just look around. Okay, let's see, 40 is okay. Select the head, this one or this one. Let's see, I think this one looks more natural. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one. Hit R, Z, rotate it a little bit. I, insert location rotation, and go to 70. I think I might have moved this one to 30 and this one to 60. I'm gonna rotate it right a little bit. Location rotation. Just look around. Maybe this is just too much. And then we can add some randomness up and down. I think it's okay. Alright, save it. We are going to change this name to I'm going to change this animation name. Let's see. Nothing here. Action editor. I'm going to change this action into idle. Great. Oh, one more thing. We apply the bone rotation scale. Let's make sure our animation is okay. Great. Let's export it to Unreal Engine and see it. Export FBX. I already have this caterpillar idle animation name here. Only want mesh and shift click armature. Selected only. That's okay. Z up and X forward. Geometry. We smooth the face. Go to armature. We don't want this one. We want only deform bones. Bake animation. Good. Good. Okay. Export it. Now let's go to Unreal Engine. We have this default map here. We can drag drop our animation from the directory. Okay, I'm gonna correct this one here. Okay, caterpillar idle skeleton, make sure this is the right one. If your scene has more than one skeleton, maybe this place will display the last skeleton you selected. Check this one to make sure. Import animation, make sure to check this. Occasionally this won't select on my machine. Great. Okay, import. Oh, failed. Now it says multiple roots are found in the bone hierarchy. We only support single root bone. Okay, let's go back and fix it. Actually, the problem is this one, the control bone for the body. Let's select this one, hit P. I don't think we can do that in post mode. Let's go to edit mode, hit P, separate the bone. Now these two are what we need. We don't need this one. Save it. Let's go to export again. Now make sure you don't select this one, this target control bone. Leave this. It's the same as the last one. Last time we changed the setting. Okay, good. Export it again. Go back to Unreal. Drag drop this file again. And skeletal mesh, caterpillar idle, good. Import animations, good. Good. Let's exit this. We can take a look at this one. I think the animation is playing perfectly. Good, good. Now if you drag drop this in, it'll just be a static mesh. It won't animate. What do we do? Now we add a animation blueprint to it. Select our caterpillar idle skeleton. We'll name it ABP caterpillar. Double tap to open it. And in the asset browser, drag drop this idle animation here and connect them together. Compile and save and make sure it's showing here. And then in our map, just drag drop this in it. Click play. We'll see the our caterpillar is playing idle animation here. Since we added a IK bone, we can see how do we use it. Now before we talk about IK bone, we can if we want to animate this caterpillar, let it walk, normally we can do this. Select all these bones, add a keyframe and hit S, select scale and then Y. You can just scale it here and then add a keyframe and then just like this to let it walk like this. But excuse me, but I think I saw a cartoon that the caterpillar would walk like this. I think it's very funny to let it walk like this. Now there are a couple of things that you have to make sure before you export to the Unreal Engine. The first, we have to go to object mode, and this time we combine them together. Control J and go to edit mode. Select this last bone that we control, the IK controller, and then select the first bone that you've created. With Control A, you added the first bone, and then hit Control P, parent, keep offset. In this case, you will get rid of the multiple root problem in Unreal Engine. And then we have to, now I've saved it to the Caterpillar walk file from the Caterpillar idle file. There must be some problem in this. See, we have an extra armature 001 action. Now I only want walk animation. Let's go to Blender file and go to action, delete everything, every actions but this one. Leave only one in here since this file is Caterpillar walk animation. Alright, now we can go to next step. Oh, also I forgot to mention that you have to make sure that your armature's name is armature. You cannot be something like armature.001. That won't work. Okay, so let's add a walk animation. I've already added a keyframe for head, just like this. Now let's add a body animation. Select the IK controller, I, location, rotation. Go to last frame, I, location, rotation. And go to center frame, G, Y. Move it somewhere like this. I, location, rotation. I think we're done. Now we can also select everything, change the key interpolation mode to linear. One tiny problem I've noticed that in the last frame the bone moved a little bit. We could just move it back to around here. We're gonna actually move it to in exactly with this bone and location rotation. Location rotation. I think we're fine now. Alright, now let's export to Unreal Engine. Now this is what it looks like using the same way to add a walk animation inside Unreal Engine. I also added a little bit of head motion and scaled the head a little bit up. It's the same as the idle animation process. I guess that's it for today's tutorial. See you next time. Goodbye.